Oh, hello you. Nice of you to join me, whether you're here just clicking into the replay now of the live stream, or whether you've turned up mighty early after getting a push notification and joining in for the live stream. It really is genuinely fantastic to have you here and tuned in and ready for the show, coming in 4 minutes from now. And if you are watching on the replay, you can just skip forward, as you probably know. You can just skip through all of this and get 4 minutes later in, and you'll see the intro, a big countdown, Music Radio Creative logo, and I'll be here live, or recorded live if you're watching the replay, of course. Wasn't a very good idea to eat chocolate before clicking go live, was it? Really? Might have some clicks to edit out of my speech today. It's very nice though, dark chocolate. Lovely. How are you then? Let me know in the chat. Nice to see some familiar names and some new names in the chat today. Pizia is first. For once, I am first. Robert Doerman on the radio, tuning in. And Pete says, I am watching from somewhere else, just like I'm going to make audio sound like it's from somewhere else. David Hunter with a spanner has arrived. Joe Salmi with a spanner has arrived, which means they're moderating, looking after the chat, helping you out, guiding you. Any new arrivals? If you are new, by the way, to this channel or this stream, just type new, all in caps. Be lovely to see who's new today. Bojan's there. Hey, Bojan. Nice posts in the community. Just been catching up on all that stuff. Got some good stuff in there. Rovigo55 in. Paige Williams, nice to see you back. Happy Friday. I hope it's less gloomy. Oh dear. Where are you, Paige, and what's it looking like for you now? Right now, on the Isle of Wight here in the UK, we have glorious sunshine. Little bit cooler than I'd like it to be. 14.7 degrees Celsius right now. It's very accurate, isn't it? On the Isle of Wight. The mods are here, David Hunter says. So best behavior. Robert, hi there from Germany. We've got Marileda. The story that moved the World Wide Web. My audio does not sound like the others. Blah, blah. What's up, Mikey? Paul Carter. Finally get to watch a live session. Paul, it's great to have you here. So I guess you're new to the live stream, but not new to the channel as such. So you can type new. If you're the first time watching this stream, then do type new. Isabella Russell. That's so funny. Posting as Music Radio Creative. Yeah, I know. Because you were uploading a few videos to the Music Radio Creative YouTube channel. It looks quite good though. Music Radio Creative is in the live chat. So the MRC ferry is back in. Isabella Russell's here. Fly Fergie. Just had a massive storm in Berlin. Oh my goodness me. Maybe it's heading our way this weekend. No, there is rain forecast for the weekend, actually. Joe from LAZY, or LAZY on a Friday morning. Mega Radio UK, Rich Brennan, Paul Carter, stay there, on in a minute.
Testing the left speaker, left. Testing the right speaker, right. Testing phaser. Full frequency sweep. Now. Stand by
for Music Radio Creative Live with Mike Russell.
MRC Live. Music Radio Creative Live.
With Mike Russell.
Starting in 30 seconds.
Hey, welcome along to the show. I am Mike Russell from musicradiocreative.com. This is the show for you if you're an audio producer, if you're an audio creator, maybe a voiceover artist, a DJ, a radio person, or someone who loves to podcast. We're here for you every weekday at this place. Music Radio Creative streaming live 2 p.m. UK time, Monday to Friday. It's great to have you here.
Audio production hour starts now. musicradiocreative.com.
Hey, do you like the pop shield? The pop shield's looking rather nice and authoritative today, isn't it? So today we're talking about how to make audio sound like it's from somewhere else, like this. Hello, I'm somewhere else. I don't know where I am, but I am definitely somewhere else. Ooh. Something like that. So we'll play around with not only reverb and things like that, but, you know, kind of panning sounds from left to right, doing all that good stuff. Somehow my gain on my mic has gone up. I don't know if I'm clipping for you. It says clipping on the mixing desk right now, so I'm just going to turn it down a bit. Funny how the knobs on my mixing desk seem to turn automatically. I don't know why. There's some automation in here. I think it's called having children. So what have we got? We've got loads of good stuff going on in the chat. If you are in the chat today, it's lovely to see you there. Just make yourself known. Let me know who you are and where you're watching from. Really love it, particularly if you're on Facebook Live. I often see that there are people watching on Facebook Live, a good number of people watching, but you hardly ever write in the chat. I don't know why that is. YouTube is always busy over at youtube.com/musicradiocreative. I'm guessing because Facebook shows the people who are watching just when they're scrolling through their feeds, not necessarily actively listening to what I'm saying. Turn the audio up. Turn the audio on. That's it. Turn it on. There we go. Brilliant. Okay. Now you can hear me. Good. What is it? Say a few things before I get into the show today. I announced this yesterday, but during the month of October, I'm doing a little bit of one-on-one coaching, so if that's something that would interest you or you think would help you out to get your audio sounding great, whatever it is, just learning good ways to EQ your microphone and make your voice sound a little better, whether you're a podcaster or a voice artist who would like to do something like that, the right equipment to have in your studio, like and how I get all these soundproof tiles around me, removing noise, any kind of workflows. So if you're making jingles right now, I can help you with that as well. So that's something I'm really passionate about. Anything from creating power intros and getting the right effects and stuff, then I would really love to help you out. So I'm doing hour blocks of one-on-one consulting for the month of October at the moment. Just a few slots that I've opened up. So if you'd like to go and check that out, if you think that's for you, mrc.fm/coaching. I would love to help you out. mrc.fm/coaching for that. And you can see the lovely page just over there. I'll also click over here. Community is very, very busy at the moment. You can access the Music Radio Creative community at community.musicradiocreative.com. And this thread has been updating in the last 8 or 13 minutes since the countdown started for this show. So there's I might have to rename this Mike's Live Jingles Remix Mega Thread because it's turned into a bit of a mega thread now. So there are many contributors to this thread, including regulars like Paul Orr, Juan, Sama, who's known as Bojan in the live chat, David Hunter as well, and they've been taking the jingles that I play on the show, like jingles like this one. Go on, let's throw another one in then. This is one of our newest themes, by the way. This is the Music Radio Creative Nike theme, and I have to keep adding named after Greek gods and goddesses, these jingles, and not the popular sports brand. There you go. A little bit of the jingle without me talking over it. Lyrics by Isabella Russell. She's definitely very talented. So yeah, loving this jingle, loving it.
The audio guru is here. He knows Adobe auditioning and out and is here to help you out, Mike Russell.
There you go. So that's great fun. And some of the folks over in the community have been stripping these jingles apart. Like Sava here has done absolute magic by stripping it so that just acapellas are left from my jingles. Have a listen to this.
Monday to Friday live.
I got to say I'm impressed with this work, Saba. Really impressed. And a bit more.
Monday to Friday live.
Wow. cool stuff. And yeah, loads of loads of contributions. So check that out. Other stuff going on in the community. Always posting about plugins. There's new stuff from Isotope you should probably check out. Should Music Radio Creative have a Discord server? What do you think? Vote on that. It's a feature request at the moment. The YouTube Live questions and answers lower third generator is going to be making an appearance again soon. Ule, who's a developer and member of the community, is working on that. Wireless headphones, should you use them or not for production? Waves audio plugin sales, all of that kind of good stuff going on in the community. I believe in the Waves audio mega thread now. It was Cyber Larson that mentioned that the Waves Gold is available on sale right now, down from $7.99 to $1.99. And if you use the coupon code at mrc.fm/waves, you can take a further 10% off that. It's it's a fairly good deal. It's a rocking bundle there, really good bundle. I managed to get the Platinum bundle when it was that price, but still, for that price, getting 35 of Waves really cool plugins, all the good ones like H-Delay, H-Comp, which is a compressor, Waves Tune, one of my favorites in there, some of the Renaissance stuff, Doppler, de-esser, it's all in there, $199, can't really go wrong. Take a further 10% off, mrc.fm/waves, and you are laughing and producing like a pro. Right, so I'm going to go into Adobe Audition and have a play here. I'm going to do a lot of this stuff on the fly and just kind of come up with things. But what I wanted to do is go into the multi-track and start out by showing you somewhere, let's just say somewhere else, because I'm showing you how to make audio sound like it's from somewhere else today. I'm going to bring in my MRC template. Yes, I'll use that, which gives me a few presets already. But the coolest thing is, and I've never really demoed this too much, and I might need to just drag this over a little bit, because usually I just leave Essential Sound in the background for the chat comments that I have just up here. But now I'm actually going to be showing you Essential Sound for some of these little clips that I make. It's worth to show it to you. So at the moment you'll see it's grayed out, and if you're in the waveform view, you'll see this big panel. Let's just start a new file here. Big grey panel, and unfortunately Essential Sound just does not work in the waveform view. It's not designed for waveform audio, for destructive audio editing. It's designed for putting nice effects on vocals and music and sound effects in multi-track. So if you're in waveform, you may as well just close or undock the panel and get rid of it. Give yourself some more waveform real estate. But when you're in the multi-track, first of all, I am going to add my microphone here and click it to record. There we go, there it is. And I was going to do, let me also get some sound effects. I'm going to load up our sound effects archive up here so I can bring some sound effects in as well. And I was just going to do something like this. Hey, go and get me another pizza and make it snappy. Very poor Italian accent there. And then I'll do the person in the kitchen. Yes, chef. Yes, chef. Yes, chef. Yes, chef. Yes, chef. Okay. And what I wanted to do here is give the illusion that whoever is in charge of this restaurant, let's call him Mario, because I've got Super Mario Brothers on my mind at the moment, is screaming at the all of the chefs in the kitchen to make him more pizza. So he's calling out from the where the diners are, and then the chefs will eventually be inside, obviously, the kitchen. Now I'm just going to drag open a few more waves here, and I was going to kind of make it so that there's 2, 3, maybe 4 people saying yes, chef. But obviously this audio won't sound like it's coming from somewhere else at the moment because it's recorded on a studio quality microphone. Let's have a listen. Might need to just take that off recording. Whoops. And set up my audio outputs. All seem to be okay. So let's have a listen. Oh, let me just save that and reopen. We're going a bit glitchy today in Adobe Audition. Right, let's have a go now. Yes, chef. Okay, there we go. So maybe you could hear just a few people saying yes, chef, and hey, go and get me another pizza and make it snappy. Now, I was shouting that a little bit off mic. Now, what you can do here with Essential Sound, this is brilliant if you don't really know the presets you want to use to change the dialogue. So you'll see here the first option up here. Can you see that is dialogue? You've also got options for music, sound effects, and ambience as well. So let's just play around with the dialogue. There are lots of different presets here, but I can click something like make distant or make close up if I like. so I can move this voice around. Let's click Make Distant for the moment and see how this changes the audio.
Hey, go and get me another pizza and make it snappy.
So that sounds like he's kind of shouting from across the room now. As you can see, some clever stuff is going on under the hood here. Loudness standards are being matched. Minus 23 LUFS here. Repair, we've got a bit of de-esser on there. For clarity, we are rolling off a lot of bass and a lot of mid-range as well here, and increasing the mid to high range. And that's a vocal presence EQ preset there. Enhancing speech for a female. Let's pop that over to male, shall we? And see if that makes a difference.
Hey, go and get me another pizza.
And then we'll go into creative, and you can turn the preset up and down. At the moment, we're using the warm voice reverb preset, but we can of course go to different places. Auditorium wouldn't really help.
Hey, go and get me.
Because that's for something else. But maybe we can use that preset later. When we're doing something that sounds like it's maybe on a stage or something like that. So as you can see, lots of stuff to play with here to make it sound good. Now I'm going to go and have a look for restaurant clips. Restaurant. Oh, look at that. Italian restaurant in our archive. Let's go and grab something from an Italian restaurant. Now, we don't really want music. Or, well, actually, I suppose we... Yeah, is this Italian-style music? Kind of sounds more Greek to me, but what would I know? Let's... Oh, maybe something like this. So what I was thinking is maybe getting a little bit of music, Italian music, and we'll put that in the background, and we'll make it sound like not the quality production you hear there now, but kind of like a track that's playing in the background in the restaurant. So let's drag that in. There it is. And then let's do... what I really want is the sound of restaurant diners. So kind of the ambience of a restaurant. Not that, no. What have we got here? Let's try a little bit of this. Perfect, something like this. And again, we can add that into our sound effects track over here in Adobe Audition. And before the speech comes in, let's just have a listen to this. So now you can hear the ambience, the music playing in the restaurant, you can hear the diners chatting away, and finally Mario's going to come in and shout at the chefs in his kitchen to bring out another pizza. So let's play with the music first of all. We can click into Music in Essential Sound, and lots of different presets here. There's not really too much you can do with Music in Essential Sound. Balanced background music is pretty good. The remix you wouldn't really use for making audio sound like it's somewhere else, or setting up like a kind of drama scene like we're doing here. Balanced background music will just add the loudness standard. That's essentially all it seems to do. Yeah, two options in music. Very, very simple. But then we can go over into the effects rack and have a play with this music. Let's put it on solo. And if we go further down and listen to the music when it gets going... And let's actually bring in another window here. Where is it? Frequency analysis. You can see that's rather full-bodied. We've got loads of bass in there. The highs coming in. And what I want to do is kind of cut off a lot of those bass and high frequencies so it sounds like it's coming through the speakers of a restaurant rather than something that's full, like a full production. So let's make that sound like it's coming from restaurant speakers as opposed to... a full-on production. We could go for FFT filter with this because we can be nice and rough. We can just put in points there and then just drag down and drag down. Something like that. Oh, look. Inverse curves. Oh, curvy. Let's spline them. Oh, let's try both. I quite like spline because it's smooth. We've got scale logarithmic or linear, which kind of does that. Yeah. Let's go for logarithmic. Yeah, so linear. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So, logarithmic is kind of, it's focusing more on the frequencies we can hear. From what I can see here, it really focuses on the 1K area, and the 10 to 20K area is really small. But if you go linear, it's essentially assigning the same amount of space on the scale to every frequency. So, as you can see, a lot of bias here is put to the high frequencies. So I guess if you, I've never played with that scale too much before, but I can see why it would be handy if you want to do some real notching up on the high frequencies, which when you're in logarithmic view kind of gets all squashed down. That'd be a good way to go. So let's have a listen to this. And am I going to put another curve in here? A few curves. Let's do that. Oh, wow. So you can hear here, I'm literally just adding in and taking out frequencies, and you'll see here over in frequency analysis how those frequencies of the audio are disappearing. That as opposed to this. So much more like it's coming out of, tinny restaurant speakers as opposed to a Bose sound system. Let's bring that in. You can probably afford to turn this up. And then next, I'm going to show you how you can use sound effects in Essential Sound to just even out these restaurant attendees and make them sound a little bit different. But I'm feeling like it's Friday and that I should really have quite a lot of jingles in this show. So I'm going to play a load of jingles for you. This is the Music Radio Creative Gaia theme with our wonderful singer Kim on the vocals. And I'm going to get to your comments as well, so I really do appreciate any comments that you got coming in. Do let me know where you're watching from, whether it be on Facebook, on YouTube Live, Periscope, Twitch, or elsewhere. It's lovely to have you watching today, it really is.
Audio production and more. This is Mike Russell on musicradiocreative.com.
So, we've got Jane, who's watching from Southern California in the United States of America. That's fantastic stuff. What else have we got? Rovigo. Oh, yes, Rovigo55, of course, otherwise known as Renato, from Italy. I apologize to you profusely, Renato, because I did a terrible Italian accent. Why not spaghetti, though? No chef is needed for pizza. You'd be surprised. Here in the UK, you definitely need chefs to make them. It's a specialist skill. I know it comes naturally in Italy. Oh, now I'm thinking I really want to go to Italy now. What have we got here? Blah, blah saying, is Audacity good or is there another free software that's better? Oh, that's actually a really good question. And I'll tell you why. Because, yes, if you want something free, Audacity is the most popular open source audio editor out there. I, of course, recommend Adobe Audition for audio editing. It is a monthly fee, but it's worth it because you get so much faster. But this is something I can show you. This is also free and open source. Now, this is more geared towards music production, but it's LMMS, and I have demoed it a couple of times before on my channel. Loads of cool plugins, MIDI instruments, and it works on Linux, Windows and Mac, take your pick, and they've got a really active community as well, and it's really cool. Look at all these plugins and native instruments here. Just really, really cool. LMMS, I can recommend it. You might be able to sort of edit audio, but Audacity, we're talking about free here, of course, not paid options. LMMS. In the paid world, of course, I use Adobe Audition, but as you know, occasionally I dabble into MIDI and into music production. Because Adobe Audition doesn't support MIDI and has no VSTI support or anything like that, I hop over to Logic Pro X. So if you wanted to stay in the free and the open source world, then Audacity would kind of be your Adobe Audition, and LMMS could kind of be your Logic Pro X. Of course, they're not going to be as feature-packed and as smooth and as easy to use as the paid options, but yeah, seeing as you asked the question, I thought that would be a really interesting answer for you. I hope so. Hope you enjoyed that answer.
musicradiocreative.com.
All right, what else we got? Thanks Isabella and David answering the questions. Lots of the moderators hopping in there before I get to the questions, by the way, which is really nice. Liam says, I've just been listening to the Music Radio Creative Nike theme and I love it. I think I may need to order it at Isabella Russell. Well, you're welcome to, and I see Isabella's there in the chat. musicradiocreative.com. If you can't find them on the website, just drop a line to Isabella and she will hook you up with any of the themes I play on the show. Oh, by the way, quote the coupon code MRC Live to get a further 10% discount on anything you order. That's a little tip from me. Marileda, I'm Italian. This is good, like a Venice atmosphere. Well, thank you. I'm going to crack on with that in just a moment. Michael Duffy has written testing. David Hunter replying back saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pizza and spaghetti, I know. Oh my goodness. I'm all pizzaed out recently. I've had a lot of pizza. Trying to get the name to read Cyber Larson. Okay, you crack on with that, Michael. Joe Charles, hey Mike from Motor City. Ahmed is in from Egypt as well. 8-Bit Audio Nation. This is awesome. Well, it's awesome to have you here as well. Thanks, blah, blah. I'm glad the answer helped you that I gave earlier on. Loving the jingles, says Music Man. A lot of jingles for you today. NCH Mixpad. Audio dating mixer. I think that must be an answer to someone from Robert. And Mark Almond is new. Woohoo. And yes, we have a comment on Facebook as well. Afternoon, Mike, from the studios of Kiss FM in Portugal. I don't know if that's how your jingles go, but I just thought about that. We've got Danielle as well. Donald as well is watching from the FBI in Los Angeles. Are you in Los Angeles? FBI Los Angeles watching. Fantastic. Wonderful. This is amazing. I never fail to be amazed by who is watching this live stream. If it truly is the FBI watching, that's amazing. Or maybe this kind of moving audio around could actually help with some investigations, right? Absolutely. And Adobe Audition. What else was I going to say? No, the jingles don't sound like that, but they probably should. Spike HD sets. Right, let's get back into it. But I do want to play you one more quick jingle. Let's play the call-in number. Yes, if you didn't know, there is a phone-in number when this stream is live. So if you see live flashing up there somewhere, then you'll know I'm live. You can actually call me up and talk to me. It's a US phone number, and this is the number you need to call. You'll get live on with me, and you can just have a chinwag, or you can ask me a question, whatever you like.
415-800-1055.
Remember to add +1 if you're outside the US and check how much you're going to get charged before you make the call. Because it's like a call to the United States. Music Man says, thanks for introducing me to OBS Studio. It's the bee's knees for live streaming. It certainly is. It certainly is. Oh my goodness. Right, okay, so we're creating this kind of Venetian kind of restaurant scene here. Which is lovely. And then Mario...
Go and get me another pizza and make it snappy.
There's Mario screaming at the chefs there. And then we're going to just play with the sound effects here. So you'll see, when you're using Essential Sound, which is a relatively new invention in Adobe Audition CC, when you assign dialogue or music or whatever to any of these clips, you'll see that you get like a little icon here. So over here, I've got like a speech bubble icon to say that is dialogue. Over here, I've got a music bubble icon to say that is music. It's all very intuitive. And over here, when I assign this and I say that, right, these people chatting in a restaurant is sound effects, click. Oh, look, I get a little boom or explosion symbol suggesting I'm using sound effects here. And again, I've got presets here. You can use this on explosions and stuff if you're doing video production. Essential Sound can be really handy to help you with stuff like that. From the left, from the right, if you're doing something where, planes or cars are whizzing by. In a large room, make close up. Let's start off with in a large room, because I'd like to imagine that this restaurant is rather large. And you can hear there's heavy reverb there. I can reduce that if I like. And what's more, I can even see, if I click on this clip and click Clip Effects over in Effects Rack, I can see it's added Studio Reverb, Essential Sound. And for those of you that have not used Essential Sound before, it's kind of like having an audio producer next to you, setting your rack up and twiddling the knobs for you. So all you have to do is move a slider. It's like in Photoshop where you can just have one slider for brightness and one for contrast. Essential Sound is kind of introducing that idea to audio where you no longer have to worry about, all these settings like, what's the room size? What's the decay? What are the early reflections? Should I have high frequency cut and low frequency cut? Essential Sound basically says, no, you just want reverb. You want a good sounding reverb, a heavy reverb. You can move it up and down like this. And as you move it up and down, let's zoom in a little bit, see if we can focus. So I'm going to move the Essential Sound slider up and down, and you'll see as I do that, all of the knobs here, actually just two of them, the dry and wet, move. And I was moving this knob over here, and that was happening. You see, so you can create your own ambience. And yes, Mark, Essential Sound is brilliant for voiceovers because what you'll be able to do is if you select the dialogue option in Essential Sound, you can do all kinds of EQ, processing, again, without having to fuss about what the exact settings are. You can just use sliders. Let's bring this right up to the top. So now it's gone really distant. The reverb has really come right into the focus. We've got, as you can see, all wet, no dry. So we just need to get like the right mix there. And you see, as I move the amount down, the diners are getting closer to me. So the further the more reverb I put on, the further or the bigger kind of room we're in, and the more I move this down, the kind of smaller and more up close and tight and personal those diners are. So, and you could say to me, well, why do you bother with this? Why don't you just get the sound effects and just pop it in and leave it as is? You know, because you could do that. But I just believe like adding little tweaks, bits of reverb to each little channel, it just kind of helps you to create the right scene and environment that you want to create. So let's continue. And then let's bring in the music.
Hey, go and get me another pizza and make it snappy.
Yes, chef. And of course, yes, chef. Again, close mic. We don't want that. So I'm going to select all of those dialogues there. Dialogue. And we'll go for over the intercom. Let's try that. Maybe Mario in his Italian restaurant has got a talkback facility.
Yes, chef.
That's quite good. Now, before I forget, I want to move on to some more stuff now because that's the first bit. And I can see David Silk has arrived. He's in the house. Shout out David Silk. He's here. He's a moderator in the MRC community. Nice to have you joining us, David. And everyone else. I do my best, by the way, to mention as many comments as I can, so I'll get back to them in a minute. But I want to show you some other ways you can make audio sound like it's coming from somewhere else. And I wanted to focus on, if I can, a nightclub. So, yeah, sounding like it's coming from a nightclub or indoors or outdoors of a nightclub. I also want to show you audio in a fighter jet. And I also possibly want to show you audio outside, maybe when it's raining and someone's walking along the pavement. Let's move over now. So we've done this one. Let's start a new multi-track session, and we'll call this Nightclub or Bard from the Nightclub. From the nightclub, right? So you've had those occasions where you've gone to a rather wonderful nightclub, delicious nightclub with flashing groovy lights, and the bouncer says, "Yeah, mate, you're Bard." So I'm going to create something where we have somebody who's inside a nightclub, they are dragged outside the nightclub and thrown onto the street and barred. So we're going to make the audio sound like it's coming from inside the nightclub all the way to outside the nightclub and on the street. Okay, and the way we would do something like this is, first of all, record something. I don't know what I'm going to do here, but I'm just going to kind of ad-lib and have some fun with this. So, I didn't do anything. I mean, what are you doing to me? I've been really good. No, mate, you're coming with me. This way. You're Bard from this nightclub. Don't ask me why I put those silly accents on. But anyway, so we got our nightclub patron, who's obviously been clearly very naughty. We've got our bouncer. And now we need a little bit of dance music. Let's say we go back to library here and we go to music beds. And let's say it's one of my favourite clubs. It's a club that's playing trance music. Let's have a listen here on preview. Some of this stuff. Whoa, okay. Let's try something else. Let's go for that one. And the reason I'm going to go for that one...
I mean, what do you do?
All right, so all we really need right now is the beat of the nightclub dance floor. And, right, let's take both of these and make them dialogue. Now, on this one, I'm going to make the patron close up.
I didn't do anything. I mean, what are you doing to me? I've been really good.
And then we'll go over here to the bouncer, and we'll make him close up as well.
This way. You're Bard from this nightclub.
Right, and let's get some sound effects of... let's see if we can get some swooshing sound effects or something like that. What have we got here? Let's have a listen. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Let's find something else. What about sound effects, sound effects, sound effects? Let's grab a couple of those sound effects and pop them in. So essentially, we're going to bar our patron from the nightclub. So we're getting a kind of soda can and a kicking of a soccer ball here. And what we're going to do is very slowly make it sound like we're going out onto the street. So we're taking this person out onto the street. So what I'm going to do with the music is I'm going to make it sound like it's coming from inside the nightclub, but we're going outside the nightclub. So we essentially want to lose the high end. So it sounds like it's kind of booming away. And the best way to demonstrate what I'm trying to tell you is to show it to you. I think I've got the right one. Did I get the right one? Oh, hang on. Let's go into the mixer and make sure we have enabled here. Yep, that's it. No, that's the wrong one. Sorry, I didn't want to get the low shelf gain. I, of course, want the high shelf gain. High shelf gain, and let's get rid of low shelf gain. And what that's going to do is, over time, you can hear we go like this.
You're barred from this nightclub.
So we're losing all of the top end.
You're barred from this nightclub.
And we can make that much faster. So essentially we're dropping off the treble and we're kind of going out onto the street so you can just hear the beats like this. Let's do something like that.
You're barred from this nightclub.
And then, of course, I want street sounds to make it sound like something is happening. Let's see, street sounds. Let's find something nice that we can use to make it sound like we've gone out on the street. Maybe not quite something like that. That'll do, something like that, perfect. Kind of been thrown out onto the street, so let's bring this in here.
You're barred from this nightclub. You're barred from this.
And again, I can use Essential Sound on these sound effects to say I want to make this, let's say, from the outside.
You're barred from this nightclub.
And let's just dig into that from the outside. So we've got outside reverb maxed up there. Might be that I just want to take that down a bit so we can keep the authenticity of this.
You're barred from this nightclub.
Let's go in a little bit further and take that reverb down a bit more.
You're barred from this nightclub.
So there we go. And we can also make the audio a little bit quieter, of course, as well. So we just got the quiet bass beats.
With me. This way. You're barred from this nightclub.
And there we are on the street. So, yeah, just a little bit of messing about with EQ automation to drop off the high end so we're sounding like we're coming from outdoors. We've got some sound effects here. Again, I've used the Sound Effects Essential Sound here. I could do the same on these little shots here to enhance them a bit. Sound effects on the soda can and the kick kind of sound effect. And we could say make those close up so they're a bit more enhanced.
You're barred from this nightclub.
There we go. And we could even, when the bouncer is kind of taking the person outside, we could even do a kind of pan like this. So it sounds like the bouncer is literally walking across somewhere. These are pan lines right now. So we're just panning the audio over like that.
Now, mate, you're coming with me. This way.
And then let's bring the final one, pan it over to the right. So it sounds like the patron of the nightclub has walked from the left to the right with the bouncer and finally ended up outside.
Now, mate, you're coming with me. This way. You're barred from this nightclub.
So there you go, just basic methods. And of course, you can play with this. You can get your own sound, go into more detail. I'm trying to give you the very basic, simple effects and techniques that you can use to do this kind of stuff. I did want to get into fighter jet territory, and I think I might do that next. Let's just hop back into Chatland, and it's lovely to see so many great people are watching now on all the different platforms. I do love it when we have people watching on multiple platforms. Really excites me. So youtube.com/musicradiocreative is the main place to catch this show. But there's no reason why you couldn't go to Facebook Live as well. Robert Woody Burgess is loving it over on the Music Radio Creative page right now. David Hunter's hopped over to my personal page to watch as well, which is nice. We've got some Twitch viewers as well, which is good. It's nice to see you on twitch.tv/musicradiocreative. And here's another jingle for you, by the way, in case you hadn't noticed. I like these. This is the Nike theme from Music Radio Creative. Love it.
audio guru is here. He knows Adobe Audition in and out and is here to help you out, Mike Russell.
Just before I mention some more of your comments that you've been mentioning in the live chat, if you wanted to book in some live say live like live streaming, some personal one-on-one coaching, I've got a few 1-hour blocks available for the month of October. And if that interests you, if you'd like to learn some techniques to make your voice sound better, to clean up noise, to produce podcasts better, to become a better radio or audio producer, then head over to mrc.fm/coaching. That's mrc.fm/coaching. And I would be delighted to help you out with anything that's to do with audio. And it doesn't necessarily need to be Adobe Audition, although that is what I work in. You can apply principles once you kind of get it and you understand basic audio principles. You can use them across the board. Might take a while to relearn shortcuts if you're moving over to another audio editor. But yeah, that would be a fun thing to do. Now, who have we got here in the chat? Whoa, loads of stuff going on at the moment. I can see we've got Jane Knight, who's new and watching. Southern California born, but in Colchester in the UK. So it's lovely to have you. Jane's saying I use Essential Sound for voiceovers, and it is indeed awesome. One of the greatest new features that Adobe Audition has introduced in a while to onboard and to help new people to the audio editing software. So it's not so scary anymore with Essential Sound. Mark Almond, hello to you. Michael Duffy as well. Bojan, I'm still clipping when I shout. Yeah, I had a feeling that something funky is going on with my settings recently. And I've heard the clips in my headphones too. So maybe I just need to turn the gain down on here. I think I'm just getting too excited and getting too close to the microphone. So hopefully if I turn those gain knobs down a little bit, we won't get too much of a clip. I've just, turned a few settings down, so hopefully that will really help. Bojan's just been listening to my In the Nightclub, and he says one knob filter is good for that. You know what? As I'm in the mood of using one knob filter, I'm just going to go back and replace it. I'm just going to go back right here now, and I'm going to take that high shelf filter off.
You're barred from this nightclub.
And it might get a bit squelchy because the one knob does a bit of a squelch on the audio track. But I love just trying different ideas. Let's go here to, where are we? Effect, waves, one knob filter. I've demoed this before a ton of times in my tutorials. Great effect from Waves Audio, the one knob series, particularly one knob filter. Just love this one to bits. Such a simple plugin, but so good. So again, I'm going to use my automations over here. Did I put it on the track? Show envelopes. Where are we? Why have I not got the envelope for one knob over there? That's weird. Oh, because I made it a clip effect, sorry. Need to make it a track effect. So clip effects are where you apply a clip effect there. I could actually do it as an automation on the clip, which would work equally as well, but let's apply it to the track. So VST3, effect, waves, one knob filter. And Bojan's indicating that it would be possible to add some one knob filter and do this. Let's try it.
Hey, this way. You're barred from this.
Don't want to take it right down because you won't hear any of the beats.
This way. You're barred from this nightclub.
And do you know what? I actually like the bass sound that you get from the one knob. Look at that. That's the bass in the frequency analysis. Better than I do when you just roll high shelf off. So really cool suggestion. And wasn't too squelchy. Let's have a listen. Yeah, a little bit of a squelch there, but you can actually change that. So if I put it up to extreme, there's a real squelch. But then if I go to none, that's basically an EQ roll-off now. That effect has become an EQ roll-off and very suitable. Yes, I like that better. This is why I love doing this show, because you have great ideas in the chat, and I love implementing them. So thank you so much for that, Bojan. Good idea there. David wants to know, is the bed you're playing in the dance package from MRC? Oh yes, I know Isabella sent an email out to those who are subscribed to our newsletter, which, by the way, if you're not, musicradiocreative.com/newsletter, and you'll get regular updates from us about like new projects products, new music beds, new jingles that we've got going on. That we've often we sell like pre-release stuff on there, so stuff that we haven't quite released yet, and we do it for a better price than when it actually goes up on the website. So if you're not subscribed, musicradiocreative.com/newsletter, and you'll get everything before we actually put it up on the website. So musicradiocreative.com/newsletter. No, the dancey tunes, the themes are not included in the dance package. I believe you're talking about the Music Radio Creative and One Wolf Productions collaboration. Those are completely separate from our Sung Jingle themes, and they're just music beds created by a very talented producer called Ryan Leninger. And yes, available on our website right now, dance package. And email subscribers would indeed have heard about that. Wild Duck 10Q is saying hello. Pan Dialogue a bit, put them in space. Wow, Bojan, you're coming up with gold here today. Mark says, is your YouTube intro custom or stock audio? The YouTube intro is this one. And this is one of our Music Radio Creative themes. I know Isabella can also help you out in the chat as well with questions like this. But this is the Music Radio Creative Gaia theme. This is an exclusive theme designed by and for Music Radio Creative. So yeah, this is what I use for my intro. If you're interested in it, just ask for Gaia.
Audio production and more. This is Mike Russell on musicradiocreative.com.
And I rather like that. It's a good theme, isn't it? Very catchy. Anything else? DJ Rick M, who's in Haiti, says you can find a door opening. Oh, yes, a door opening would have been a great effect to put in there. We got Mark, who's watching from Manchester in the UK, one of my favourite cities in the UK. I love London, but Manchester is absolutely awesome. New from Perth in Western Australia. Great to have you watching today. Welcome along, Wa. And yeah, there we go. Okay, right, let's hop back and do some more stuff so we can get a few more bits in, because I wanted to do fighter jets and I also wanted to do outdoors as well if I can. So new, and by the way, like I say, I always try to mention as many comments as I can, but if ever you've got a valid question and I don't mention it, I'm definitely not ignoring you. It's just the chat often goes very fast and I can't keep up with everything. But there is a place, if you've got a specific question and you want to ask it, you can just go to community.musicradiocreative.com, post a thread up in there, and I'm usually in there every 2 to 3 days answering questions, and there are others that will also be able to help you out. It's a really nice place to hang out. So fighter jets, right? Let's grab sound effect of fighter jets. And what I was going to do is that kind of Star Wars-y style sound. Let's see. Jets. Let's have a listen to this. Maybe that'll work. I'll download that. And this. Lots of options here. This is a good one. Jet passing by. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use that. And this one as well. And interesting ideas on this. So what I'll do is I'll just drag them all in. Oh, hang on. Let's drag them into my multi-track first and foremost, so I've got them where I need them. That's the first effect I had, the second, and the third. And that's a space takeoff. Now, this one interested me because it's kind of like a military jet passing by. And as far as I can see, that's pretty mono. That was probably recorded in mono. So when we're making audio sound authentic and like you're kind of standing right there when you got your headphones on and you're hearing things happen, really cool effect is the Doppler shifter. And you can do all kinds of cool things with this. Whizzing by from left to right. Let's have a look. Supersonic re-entry. Whoa. Nice. That whole effect just became that with supersonic re-entry. Super fast passing train might work quite nicely for what we want. So there you go. We've got that sort of right to left, and you can see that because you can see the arrow where the arrow is pointing here. If I was to turn this around, I can make it come from anywhere. So I can make it come from the left and go to the right. Let's listen to this. Now, if you're listening in stereo, that went from left to right. Passing on the left, so we can have the jet passing over on the left. There you go. You just hear it kind of just subtle amount on the right, but most of the audio on the left. Passing closely right to left. This might be something we want. There you go. And obviously I can amplify and compress these to make them louder. What else? Anything else? Let's go for jet. See what that does. Oh, that's nice. Can you hear that? That is... And obviously you can see it's the if you look on the preset here, you can see exactly from the arrow where your jet is going to fly in the sort of compass view, if you like, which is really cool. Doppler shifter, amazing for moving sound effects around. Just go back to the full screen share, and then we'll pop that in and have some fun with these fighter jets. So now we've got that, which has been changed, and this, which I'm going to use as ambience. So let's mark it as such, sound effects, and we'll make it, let's see, make a medium shot. Increase the reverb quite significantly. Maybe go for another type. I mean, we can go for outside reverb. And then finally, the jet flyby or takeoff or whatever you like, and then to get that kind of Star Warsy style effect, this is something I've briefly demoed before in previous videos, but we can say something like, "We're now in the approach bay, everything looking good, ready for takeoff in T-minus 1 second." Okay, just a little bit of ad-lib there. Let's just increase that by normalizing it. Normalizing to minus 0.1 dB just brings everything up. It doesn't compress or do anything like that, just makes the audio waveform bigger, which is handy when you're in the multi-track. We're now in the approach bay, everything looking good, ready for takeoff in T-minus 1 second. Okay, so yeah, just a basic bit of audio there. Now I want to make that sound a little more intercom-y. So in order to do that, let's go back to Filter and EQ FFT filter, and we will, let's switch off the recording because it's giving me real-time EQ analysis of my voice there. Let's just roll off bass, roll off some of this treble, get that intercom style effect. We're now in the approach bay, everything looking good, ready for takeoff in T-minus 1 second. There you go. So that's sounding like it's now coming from an intercom. But further than that, if you want to get that real Star Wars like fighter jet style sound, I might actually pitch myself down to make myself into a fantasy character with this pitch shifter effect I already have on my track. Turn that down, maybe a notch. We're now in the approach bay, everything looking good, ready for takeoff in T-minus 1 second. There we go. So I've just pitched myself down ever so slightly, so it sounds like a real tough guy, fighter jet commander there. And then I wanted to show you an effect that I really like. Where is it now? I think it's going to be in the modulation. Under Melder Production, yep, and Ring Modulator, the M-Ring Modulator, which, by the way, is a fantastic effect you can download for free. Can you believe that's available for free? And I'm just going to try and find the short link to it. If you go to mrc.fm/mfreefx, mrc.fm/mfreefx, you'll be able to get this ring modulator in addition to a load of other cool presets. I really do recommend it. I can't believe they make all these plugins free, Melder Production, because they are really, really good. Let's just have a listen to this on solo for a second. We're now in the approach bay, everything looking good. Ready for takeoff in T-minus 1 second. So that's your rig modulation going on there. If I switch it off. We're now in the approach bay, everything looking good. Ready for takeoff in T-minus 1 second. So you're getting that kind of distorty, kind of modulated effect on the voice, which would sound good if you're in a fighter jet. We're now in the approach bay, everything looking good. Ready for takeoff in T-minus 1 second. And there are other presets. Let's just try a few of them now and see how they sound. We're now in the approach bay, everything looking good. Ready for takeoff in T-minus 1 second. Or we can go for this. We're now in the approach bay. Let's find... We're now in the approach bay, everything looking good. Ready for takeoff in T-minus 1 second. We're now in the approach bay. And if I play with the frequencies here, I can sort of... We're now in the approach bay, everything looking good. Ready for takeoff in T-minus 1 second. Really, really cool stuff you can do with this. We're now in the approach bay, everything looking good. Ready for takeoff
off in T-minus 1 second.
So yeah, I mean, ring modulator, there's no limit to what you can do with a ring mod. And yeah, definitely something every audio producer should have in their audio toolkit for certain. Let's have a look. I did want to do Walking Outside in the Rain. I was considering that. But also, let's just do this. Motivational speech. And I was just thinking, if you wanted to, or if you ever record like audio of someone on a stage or close mic, or you're doing it in a studio and you want to make them sound like they're on a stage, this is another thing you can do. So say, yeah, you're pretending you've given this great motivational speech, but really you did it on a studio microphone. It is possible to make this sound really good. So I'll show you just recording on a studio mic now. If I start the recording going now like this. Hello, my name is Mike Russell. I'm a motivational speaker from the Isle of Wight in the United Kingdom, and today I'm going to encourage you to be the best you can possibly be. Right, let's normalize that. Now, obviously, recorded on a microphone, it sounds nice and studio quality. Hello, my name is Mike Russell, and the easiest way, straight off the bat, is to go to Dialogue in Essential Sound, and where are we here? In a large room. Hello, my name is Mike Russell. I'm a motivational speaker from the Isle of Wight in the United Kingdom. And that's a large reflective room preset. We can increase the preset to make it sound even bigger. Hello, my name is Mike Russell. I'm a motivational speaker from the Isle of Wight in the United Kingdom. You can also go for small dry room, or auditorium or church would be an even bigger room. Hello, my name is Mike Russell. I'm a motivational speaker from the Isle of Wight in the United Kingdom. And today... And if you want to make it sound even more authentic, like you're using a kind of PA microphone, you could go into filter and EQ and maybe roll off a little bit of treble, a little bit of bass. Not too much, because we're not talking about intercoms or phones here. This is just a PA mic. Hello, my name is Mike Russell. I'm a motivational speaker from the Isle of Wight in the United Kingdom. And today I'm going to... Let's go back to... large reflective room, because I like that the best. Hello, my name is Mike Russell. I'm a motivational speaker from the Isle of Wight in the... And then let's get a crowd going absolutely stark crazy because they're so excited about this speech. So let's get a crowd cheer. And we'll put that in. Now, that's only a very short clip, but what you can do with this is you can just loop this over and over to kind of fit with the speech. And that should sound quite good. Sounding good. Hello, my name is Mike Russell. Hello, my name is Mike Russell. And then I'll obviously classify this as a sound effect, and I'll say in a large room. Let's start with that. Hello, my name... Maybe not, maybe that's way too distant, so let's bring it a little bit closer in the mix by going to medium shot. Hello, my name is Mike... Turning up the audio. Hello, my name is Mike Russell. I'm a motivational speaker from the Isle of Wight in the United Kingdom, and today I'm going to encourage you to be the best you can possibly be. And the audience suddenly went quiet. Hanging on every word. So yeah, there you go. Lots of different tactics we have discussed and covered so far in this live stream. Let's see what else we've got here in the chat right now. Love it, says Mark Elman. Sonny Young, I'm watching from New Zealand right now. G'day to you. It's lovely to have you watching. Can I use that to promo you on the radio station? Robert, what are you referring to there in the chat? Maybe bring that over to the community at community.musicradiocreative.com. Thanks, David, for linking to my home recording studio equipment, which is available as a thread inside the wonderful community. So there you go. Right, finally, I'm going to try and do an outdoor kind of in the rain sound. So let's get some rain sound effects. See if we can find some pouring rain. Thunder and rain. What have we got here? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Let's have a listen to this. What have we got here? Hard rain. What have we got here? Oh, that's good. And I wonder if we can mix it in with footsteps. Let's try and find some footsteps as well to use. Nice. And actually it sounds like those footsteps have been pitched up a little bit to make it sound like they're going somewhere. Crunching through leaves. Interesting, same effect, panning from left to right. Oh, walking outside in the snow. There's that effect again. Let's get that and see whether we can play with those. Right, so we've got new session rain. And let's just have a little bit of fun with this very quickly in the last few minutes now. So we've got our footsteps, we've got our rain. And if you want, you can draw pans on here so you can make it sound like the person is walking. From the left over to the right there. Sound effects, we can have a play with this and make it sound like it's from the outside. Processing there. Light reverb maybe would be more appropriate. There we go. Now you can hear the reverb just slightly in the background. Same with this. I'm going to put some reverb on the footsteps as well. Let's go for a outdoor or outside reverb. See what we can do here. So there's our person walking around outside in the rain. And finally, and you know I can't sing, but I love to sing sometimes, so... I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a wonderful feeling. I'm happy again. And because I really am awful at singing, let's normalize that. And here I am outside. I'm singing in the rain. We'll go to dialogue and we'll just put myself a little bit distant. So maybe I'm walking off into the distance. Let's fade that down so it sounds like I'm walking away. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. And if I really wanted to give myself a lift, and this is a tip for anyone watching right now who cannot sing to save their life, automatic pitch correction can do you a great job. Auto-tune it right up like crazy. Look at that. It's even working in real time on my voice. Whoa. And turn the record off. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a wonderful feeling. That's auto-tuning. If you know the key that you're supposed to be in, you can set the key, of course, correctly. I'm singing in the rain. Until you get the correct kind of automatic pitch correction, auto-tuning on your voice. But yeah, again, with this, making it distant has added reverb, but not only reverb, a little bit of EQ. Of course, you can choose different sounds. Public radio sound and boost will kind of be more voiceover presets. That's why voiceovers really say essential sound. Dialogue has been brilliant for the voiceover industry because you can really get a good sound very, very quickly on here. And again, you're able to edit all of these individually by going to clip effects and looking in. Look at all the stuff that's going on over there. Dynamics, graphic equalizer, vocal enhancer, studio reverb, de-esser, hard limiter. And if I was to just mess about with the EQ now, you can see how it's moving the faders up and down. Let's really zoom in on that and have a look. And then let's turn that EQ up to full. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. So footsteps, panning, volume changes, essential sound, so much you can really do that it's just exciting. I really hope you go off and explore some of this and have fun with it yourself. Sorry if I didn't get to mention all the comments. There were just so many of them, but I really appreciate you watching. And do please continue the conversation over at community.musicradiocreative.com. Would love to chat to you there. Also, would love to coach you. If you'd like an hour consultation, then go to mrc.fm/coaching and have an absolutely wonderful weekend.